Alright, let's look at the homework 1.5-1.6, problem number 1. Alright, so let's solve this first order linear equation. Alright, so let's see. First thing I would do is I'm going to divide through by x squared plus 4. So let's do that. So divide by x squared plus 4. Alright, so that way we have dy over dx and plus 3x over x squared plus 4 times y, right, then is equal to x over x squared plus 4. Alright, so we have that. Alright, so you can see that this is a first order linear equation because we can see this is going to be our p of x, and this is going to be our q of x. Right? So let's find the integrating factor. So integrating factor I is going to be equal to e to the integral 3x over x squared plus 4 with respect to x. Alright, so remember that whenever you have integral g prime of x over g of x with respect to x, antiderivative of that is a natural log of absolute value of g of x plus some constant c. Alright, so I'm going to try to use that since derivative of x squared plus 4 is 2x. We unfortunately have 3x instead, but we can readjust it. So what we can do is we can rewrite it as e to the, alright, I'm going to pull 3 out here. So we have just x over x squared plus 4 with respect to x. But we would like to have 2x, so I'm going to multiply by 2, then divide by 2, so we don't change the quantity there. Alright, so this is going to be equal to e to the 3/2 power, and this is going to be a natural log of x. We don't really need the absolute value here because it's already non-negative. So it's x squared plus 4. Alright, then we can move this to 3/2 up here. So 3/2 here. Alright, then we can cancel exponential function and the log functions because they are inverses of each other. So integrating factor came out to be quantity x squared plus 4 raise it to the 3/2 power. Alright, so we know that the y is going to be, so y is equal to 1 over I, so reciprocal of that. So it's I'm going to write it as x squared plus 4. So I'm going to just put the negative sign in front of the power. So negative 3/2 power. Right, then we have to integrate. Alright, so q of x is this guy right here. So it's x over x squared plus 4. So that's q of x. Alright, then but you multiply by I, which came out to be x squared plus 4, raise it to the 3/2 power, and with respect to x. Alright, but we can see that we can cancel. Here's x squared plus 4, and so we cancel x squared plus 4, so 3 over 2 becomes just going to be 1/2. Alright, so we have, let's clean up a little bit, so you're going to have, All right, so you have x squared plus 4 quantity to the negative 3/2 power. All right, so here this is an integral. All right, so you have a x times, all right, x squared plus 4 raised to the 1/2 power dx. All right, so we have to integrate this. All right, so what we can do is we can use the general power rule. You can see that the x squared plus 4 derivative is 2x. We almost have it. We just have 1x. So what we can do is we can just put 2 here and then divide by 2. All right, so what you get is going to be, all right, so you have x squared plus 4 to the negative 3/2 power, and I guess it's a divide by 2. All right, then antiderivative of this guy is going to be just a power rule. Add 1 to the power, so you have x squared plus 4, and add 1, so it's going to be 3/2 power. All right, divide by 3/2 is the same thing as multiply by 2/3, so you have a 2/3 sitting here. And then you have a plus some constant c. All right, then we can just say, all right, let's see, I'm going to actually call it c1. All right, then it's going to look like this. I'm going to just distribute this guy, so you have distribute to that, so 2 and 2 cancel out. And actually, these are reciprocal of each other, so you're just going to get the 1/3. Right? Then this is applied to C1, so it's going to be plus, right, C1 over 2. Right? Then you have x squared plus 4 to the negative 3/2 power. All right, then you can see that here, since this is going to be just a number, so I'm going to call this guy C. All right, so you're going to get, this is just going to be 1/3 plus some number C. All right, then you have x squared plus 4, negative 3/2 power. All right, so we got y. So now we can use this initial value condition. Y of 0 is supposed to be 1. So let's use that. So we have y of 0. All right, so we plug in 0 for x. So you have a 1/3 plus, all right, so you have a c. And then you put 0 there, so it's going to be, let's see, 4. So 4 to the, first we apply square root, and it's going to be 2. And apply 3, so it's going to be 2 cubed, so 8. And negative is going to be 1 over 8. So it's going to be c over 8. Right, this is going to be equal to 1. Right, so which is going to be, let's see, subtract 1/3 from both sides. C over 8 is equal to 1 minus 1/3 is 2/3. Right, then we just need to multiply through by 8, so we have a c value. So c value came out to be 16 over 3. Right, so therefore we have a complete solution. Y is equal to 1/3 plus, right, c came out to be 16 over 3. Then you have a quantity x squared plus 4 raised to the negative 3/2 power. All right, so to get to the solution, all you have to do is pull out the common factor, 1/3. Then you see that you're going to get 1 from here. You're going to get the plus 16 quantity x squared plus 4 raised to the negative 3/2 power. Right? So that's why we have that solution there. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.